The screams of my newborn child compete with the screams of the bullets flying overhead. How did I get here? Well, let's go back. My name is Rosalia Chizarek. I grew up in a poor town in East Ukraine. I'm married to a man named Mike. We heard that the Russians were coming, so we fled to Germany to work on their crops. They send us out to farms that need help. We're in one of those farmhouses basements right now. Oh yeah, did I forget to mention that we're in the middle of a war? I'm with my first son, my newborn child, and my husband. I will name my son Joseph. Yes, that'll do. He's covered in soil from head to toe because of the dirt floors. Mike has been sneaking upstairs for the past 5 days, getting food and water. It was just today that he told us that the coast was clear. When I walk out the door, I have to shield my son's eyes, for what I see is too gruesome for any child. I know I must write to my family back in the Ukraine, yet I've only had 1 day of schooling, and when I didn't know how to do anything, the teacher struck me hard in the head. That's no matter. I'll teach myself how to read and write off my prayer book that I got from my aunt when I was a small child. Over these past months, I've successfully learned some words and phrases. I sent a letter to my family a couple days ago saying that I'm well, I'm in Germany, and I have 2 sons now. Yesterday, a German man came to us saying that we were wanted back at the camp. After a 6-hour-long truck ride, we finally arrived. And guess what they told us? We had just gotten a sponsorship from a Canadian kindergarten teacher named Edna. This means we can go to Canada. It means a new life. It means freedom. It means everything. We're hustled onto a big boat with tons of passengers. Yet it's horrible here. We're put in the very bottom of the ship, and there are people puking everywhere from seasickness. My poor sons are bored to tears because there's nothing to play with. Mike will sometimes bring them up top at night to get some fresh air. We've made it to Canada, yet everything they say is in gibberish to me, and I'm supposed to learn this language? It may take a while. We're directed onto a train and given a slip of paper that says where to go. Unfortunately, the words that are on that slip of paper are in English. I can't read English. We show Canadians the slip of paper and they point us in a direction. When we finally get there, they greet us, give us some food, show us where we will sleep, and tell us that we start tomorrow. We've worked in those tobacco fields in the beating sun for weeks now, but on the brighter side of life, I'm learning some normal English words, like hello, goodbye, harvest time, and work now. We're moving to Tillsonburg where there is more crops, and I'm also pregnant with a 3rd child. Our belongings right now consist of $20, 1 blanket, 3 sets of clothing, my embroidery, and my prayer book. It's been a couple years, and I'm happy to report that we now have our own house and our own farm. I just had my 3rd son, George, and I'm pretty fluent with English. I am 92 now, with 3 grandchildren and 6 great-grandchildren. I was talking to my 11-year-old great-granddaughter the other day about my story, and her name is Kendra Lancaster.